Greetings and salutations. Hey besties. Guess what we're reading today? This came out like a couple weeks ago, I think. I'm pretty sure it came out like the first week of this month in the United States, but it only came out today in Australia. So this reading vlog will probably go up quite a bit after anyone who cares has read this book, because I am just an Australian who was not able to read it sooner because I live in Australia and apparently the world hates me. But I'm very excited. Oh my god, I went on a whole journey to try and track this down because nowhere had it in stock yet. So I went all over the place until I finally got it, which basically means that my whole day was spent trying to track this book down, which means that I didn't get to start reading it when daylight was a thing, and so now we're filming with a ring light. I'm sorry, I don't like the way I look with a ring light, but this is what we have. Would just like to give a shout out to the fact that I am still wearing double ponytails for Elena, because I have a new character to kin and I'm making it my whole fucking personality. I'm doing my hair like her every day because Black Widow is my entire personality now. I just really love Helena, and I really kin with her and Natasha, and it's all I've got going on for me right now. Right, so I'm already about to cry over just the dedication. Never let them tell you you're not magic. I'm in the middle of a massive depressive episode, like one of the worst ones I've had in a hot minute. Like, I haven't had a healthy brain at all for a long time, but I'm especially bad right now, and I'm just... The dedication. I'm gonna have fun reading this, clearly. I'm gonna be very, very sane. Is Lucy not dead? Do I not explicitly remember Lucy dying? Is her mother just hopeful for something that's never happening? I really thought Lucy died during childbirth. I just reread these books. So I wouldn't have this problem. Apparently I'm still an idiot. I can't remember if Lucy is dead or not. Even when I reread things, my brain is just like, nope. You will remember nothing. The thing about me is I read books really, really quickly. Like, and that's just like not because I feel pressured to or anything, because read at your own pace, obviously. But when I really am enjoying a book, I just like devour it. That's just what I do. My main coping mechanism is like escapism. And so I just get really involved in something and I just lose myself in it. Fun thing about that, and the horrible thing about that, is that I don't remember shit ever because I consume so much into my brain that I just don't, it doesn't stick. It doesn't stick. That's why I'm able to reread my favorite series so often, because like, no memory. She's got nothing up here. This is strong evidence of that. So was the whole thing, the whole reason that Penelope was like screaming down the beach just that Fiona got arrested? Surely Penelope was told more than that, because that doesn't warrant that reaction. She said there was something happening at Watford. Like, even if Fiona broke into Watford, which she did, but like, that's not really something happening at Watford. That doesn't really explain the reaction that we had from Penelope. If it is, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. That makes me think that the author maybe didn't know exactly what Penelope was talking about at that point, if this is all it was. Alright, I say when we're off the tube and walking down my street. We're almost there. Remember, you promised not to ask impertinent questions. Oh, we are impertinent. I've only seen Shepard without his denim jacket once, the day he showed me his cursed tattoos. The jacket's unbelievably naff, covered in badges that say things like the truth is out there and somewhere something incredible is waiting to be known. Honestly, he looks like a complete nerd, but that, at least, won't be a problem in my house. Not Penelope giving a description of Shepard and me being like, wow, he's exactly my type, I have the biggest crush on this man, and then her being like, yeah, he looks like a complete nerd. Didn't need that addition. I could have just been happily simping. Feel a bit caught out, Penelope. How spells, Mum says, whistling. You are well and truly fucked, young man. We love a doctor who just puts it like it is. If I am well and truly fucked, I would like to be told that I'm well and truly fucked. Don't give me like some optimistic bullshit that's a complete lie. Just be honest with me. I think I'm well and truly fucked, like you just said. She glares up at him. I was only insulting you, Shepard. I was trying to make you feel so bad about your actions that you won't repeat them. It's a common parental tactic. You are well and truly fucked, but I don't intend to leave you this way. She smiles at him, just a little. I love her. Simon Snow is terrible at texting, to no one's surprise. Tag yourself, I'm Simon Snow. My point, Penelope, is that it's not your problem to fix. Of course it is. Why? Because, she sputters, because it's a problem that exists. You're responsible for all existing problems. She buries her hands in her hair. No, but yes. What sort of person would I be if I didn't help you? once again feeling a little bit called out by this exchange with Penelope. This is like that one scene in She-Ra in, like, I think it's in season 5. It's when Catra, yeah, it's after they save Catra and she's running away and she's kind of like saying to Adora, like, this isn't all on you. This isn't just your responsibility to fix everything. Let me help you. And Adora is like, no. And Catra is like, do what you want to do. And Adora is like, no, because I have responsibility to others. And Catra's like, you don't though. And I feel really caught out by that scene too. And this just reminds me of that. And I don't think I have a hero complex. I don't think I do. I don't think I have a hero complex. But my goal in life is to make other people's lives better, so I'm not gonna have this crisis tonight too. No. Alright, as someone who is the worst texter in the world, and I'm aware of this, I'm aware that this is a problem that I have, and as someone who also, anytime that I'm dealing with anything, my instinct is to pull away from everyone. I completely isolate myself, and part of that is me being very self-destructive, because anytime I get unwell in the brain, I get very self-destructive. I find any avenues where I can self-destruct, and I do it. So the isolation comes from that, but it also comes from me growing up very isolated and not having any support systems, and so therefore feeling inherently selfish and like I am doing a disservice to other people by letting them be there for me. So I pull back and I isolate myself a lot. So I feel like a hypocrite saying anything about Simon's behavior in terms of him ignoring Baz's text messages, because I am someone who will completely shut off my phone, like just turn it off, like airplane mode, or just completely off for days if I feel that I need to. But I generally will tweet or text people before I do that to let them know that I'm doing that. I don't just kind of completely leave, and I try not to do that now. I try to still be there for when people need me. So while I may not be able to let them be there for me, I try to still be there for them. I just feel like Simon is being very, very, very selfish. Baz is clearly going through something. Baz has just taken on this insane responsibility that he wasn't prepared for, that he's so young to be dealing with. He's helping parent kids without signing up for that, and then also trying to help his father through potentially his partner of years leaving him and the mother of his children. And it's so much weight on Baz's shoulders, and his boyfriend should be at least a voice of comfort. His boyfriend should at least respond to the good night, good morning text messages. His boyfriend should be there in some capacity. If he can't offer much, that's okay, but he should at least offer a presence, and he's not offering a presence. He's just gone completely silent. I'm quite mad at Simon about it. I think that's really shitty of him, I'm not gonna lie. I understand that he's going through stuff, but I think he's being very selfish. Yeah, I'm mad at Simon. Actually, I understand needing space. I understand the need to run away. I understand the need to reinvent yourself, to feel just completely detached from a situation in order to heal. I feel that about every aspect of my life right now. I just want to run away. But you don't do that without properly telling people. You don't do that without saying goodbye. You don't just stop texting your boyfriend and then run away and act like that's fine. Like that's enough closure for your boyfriend. That's not fair on Baz. I can kind of understand it with Penelope. He at least said goodbye to her and explained it to her and asked her not to follow him and explained his reasonings for it to her and told her what he was doing and what he needed. He told Baz nothing. He is in a relationship with Baz. We need a little bit more communication there, Simon. We need a lot more communication there. That's not okay. That's really not okay, Simon, what you've done here. Kind of impressed with Baz's speed at which you tracked down Simon. Someone really said, don't follow me. Please don't follow me. I'm not telling you anything about where I'm going, Penelope. And Baz just immediately within like a day was like, yeah, found him. I'm at his doorstep. And I'm impressed. Good on you, Baz. Love you. It took me an hour to find him, and most of that was just a cab ride. I love Baz so much. Baz is an icon. We love that for you, Baz. This breakup scene is just really rough. It's just really rough. I knew it was coming. I knew that there was no way. I'm hoping that they, are in the game, aren't you? And they end up together at the end of this book, because I'm selfish and I ship them and I want them to work on their shit and be together and be happy, because that will give me hope. But I knew that there was no fucking way they were getting through this book without breaking up at some point, because Simon already was just trying to break up with Baz, and they both have just too much shit going on that they are so unhealthy at the moment that they need time apart. They need to get back to a place where they want this and are ready to work for it. But this is so hard to read. It is so difficult to read. It feels so real, and it feels invasive to even read it because it hits that close to home, I guess. I'm having a time. It's raining outside. It's a sad moment in the book, but the rain is peaceful. I know I'll never love anyone like I love Baz. I know he's the love of my life, of all my lives. The mage believed in reincarnation, of 1,000 lives stacked on top of each other. Some lives we squander, he said, and some we seize. This was my life to find love, the truest love, the biggest. But it isn't my life to have it. I'm too broken. I don't know how to be close to people. I don't know how to be quiet. That's too much for me right now, actually. I can't even talk about that. I can't elaborate on that. That's simply too much for me right now. I think I might throw myself off my balcony. I never thought I'd be the first thing you ever gave up on. Yeah, no, I'm gonna throw myself into the sun. I'm gonna throw myself into the rain. I'm going to go lay in the rain for a couple hours. I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna scurry off into the night. I'm gonna find some little cave. I'm just gonna lay in the rain for a little while. I love Agatha. I love Agatha so much. I love Agatha so much. Once again, I just want to scream about how much I love Agatha. Her being so defensive of Simon during the whole process, her not having any kinds of judgment about him wanting to get the wings removed. And I understand that some of that comes from her own prejudice and her distaste of the magical world, and her saying, like, yeah, if I'd fucking woken up with dragon wings, like, I'd have them off immediately. But there's no judgment for that, even though she has fond memories of Simon with the wings and him finding magic despite not being magical anymore by using the wings. And so I think she can understand they aren't completely a horrible thing. There's just no judgment from her about him wanting to remove them. And then despite it being super awkward around him, they haven't really spoken for ages. They're exes, they've broken up. It's this whole awkward, uncomfortable situation. Her main instinct is just to protect him, her to want him to be okay and to stop being in pain, and she's trying to prevent any pain, or not even physical pain, but just him being uncomfortable at all. I just love Agatha. Did Simon ever love me? I'm not sure. Would it be worse if he never loved me, or if he loves me still but doesn't want to be with me? I'm gonna need this book to stop. I'm gonna need this book to stop. I thought I was ready for it, losing him. I thought I'd been bracing for it for months, but I couldn't know how awful it would be. And I have a feeling it's just starting, that I'm still in the slow motion part of it. That scene in a film where someone takes a bullet, then it takes 10 seconds for their face to fall and another eternity before they clutch their chest. I'm still in that scene, and my hand hasn't even reached my heart yet. I'm still opening my mouth to scream. I actually need this book to fuck off. I can't do this. I can't take this. Oh, Snow, you're still here. I expected you to run and hide as soon as my back was turned. I lift my chin. I deserve that. You deserve worse. Why are you here? Baz isn't wrong. You were a piece of shit, Simon. I didn't try, he says, because I thought it would be worse if I tried. I told myself to enjoy it. Well, I could, but that didn't work. I feel so fucking called out and attacked by this book in like a very personal way. Can we just stop? I relate so heavily to Baz and to Simon in this situation because I'm both of them at different points in multiple of my relationships. I'm not good at relationships. I simply wish to pass away. You love me? Simon nods. Yeah, he says, of course. Like it's obvious. It isn't obvious. It has not been obvious when I am literally both Baz and Simon here. This is a call out on so many levels. I might not be able to read this book right now, actually. I may not be able to read this without having a breakdown. It's making me spiral a little bit. That's good. I was already spiraling today. It's not the book's fault. I'm just not in a great headspace, and I feel quite called out because it's really good. It's really well written. It's a really good book. Therefore, it's making me feel many things, and that is making me feel attacked and making my brain spiral, but that's because it's good. I won't give up, Baz, unless you tell me to, unless you're like really clear that you want me to. And even then, I won't give up. I'll just persist from a distance. You can't put me through this again, Simon. I don't want to spend my whole life losing you, watching you slip away. I never want to come home to another note. You won't, he shakes his head. I promise. I won't. I wish I could believe him. I'm literally both of them. And I don't know what that says about me. I ain't kidding when I say I'm like very difficult to care about, and I'm toxic to the people who care about me. I ain't kidding. I'm trying to work on it, but I'm not succeeding. I have a long way to go. Just because I'm trying to work on it doesn't immediately mean that I'm better. I'm better than I used to be, but that doesn't mean I'm not still inherently toxic. And hello, is it cuddle time? You might not want me once you don't have to worry about me leaving. Alright, that's too much. I think I'm at my limit. I'm really glad that Simon didn't get the surgery, even if he still does. I understand his desire for it, but I'm glad that he didn't get it. I can fix that shirt for you. I don't want to ruin it. I don't mind. I don't. Then it would be his shirt, and he might wear it again. My name on his back, my number. I love little moments like that. I love little tropes like that. We've been new. It's very documented on the internet that I am someone who steals everyone I love's clothes. There's something really comforting. This is why I love like wearable merch as well. I love a lot of Taylor sweatshirts, and I live in my Midtown sweatshirt, and I like, you know, merch because I like just being like surrounded by things that I love. So when I love somebody, I want to wear their clothes. I want to like be wearing their hoodie and have it smell like them and feel like I'm enveloped in it. But like, oh my god, I was so mad that I didn't like live in like a high school rom-com where I dated someone on the football team and I wore their jacket with their name on it and their number, because I'm a fucking slut for those little moments. Tropes like that, everything to me. I always wanted to like wear the jacket, but like I could have joined a sport and then given someone else mine. But I always wanted to like wear it because I like stealing people's clothes. He's holding his mug with both hands. I am too. The intimacy of that detail. I could scream. The sun is shining and Simon's wing is spread over my head. I'm with you and you're, he trails off. Man, I say flatly. Simon shrugs. I was going to say boy. I'm 20 years old. I could go to war. I'd rather you didn't. I love them. They make me happy. When they're not breaking my heart, they make me happy. Me talking about everyone I've been previously involved with. Yes, people talk about previous partners. You've never mentioned any. I lashed out. I don't have any, you half-wit. Don't you think you'd have uncovered them when you stalked me for 3 years? I don't know how you spent your summers. Reading, I say, violin, playing Mario Kart with my sisters. Literally replace violin with ukulele or guitar, and me. Would just like to say, if anyone happens to be watching this video who is really struggling with their sexual orientation or identity, gender identity even, just something that they feel like they potentially should have figured out about themselves, something that they want an answer to but don't have the answers to yet, it is more than okay not to know. It is also okay to crave those answers. I know that it took me 17 and a half years, I think, to figure out my shit and figure out that I was bi, despite me having romantic and sexual and all the feelings for both men and women my whole life. It took me a long time, even with that information, to come to terms with being bi. It's completely okay to not know. It's completely okay to be confused. It's completely okay to have experimented and to not know. It's completely okay to have never experimented and not know. It's completely okay to have not experimented and to know. Just wherever you're at, it's more than valid. You don't need the answers right now. It's completely okay to crave them. I know that I did, but it's okay to not have the answers. You're allowed to live your life and move forward with any potential relationships or partners or experiences that you may have without having those answers too. Just wanted to say that. And also, you'll figure it out. It'll be okay. You'll either figure out what label works for you, or you'll discover that you actually don't care about labels. You'll reach a point of feeling okay. I promise. You'll get there. And I'm proud of you for being on this journey. Anyway, Shepherd having a deep love for sausage rolls. This man is after my heart. This man has brought Penelope breakfast, even though it's nearly lunchtime, because she didn't eat dinner, and he has brought her a sausage roll and is talking about how good sausage rolls are. This man is after my heart. The visual idea of Shepherd just being like, hey, welcome in. I'm a journalism student. Do you want to get a Coke? To a demon? I love this man. All right, new day, new breakdown. Also, yes, my hair is in a braid today. 3 guesses as to why. And then suddenly she's hugging me, like really tight. Thank you, she says, and it sounds like she might be crying. She's sort of rocking me back and forth. You're a hero, Simon Snow. Thank you. I agree. I know that Simon still obviously hasn't really come to terms with it yet, but like, despite the fact that the mage did some okay things by the magical world and was an okay headmaster sometimes, that man was still a villain. That man was still very much so a villain. It's not just like Baz's family that hated him. It very much so was just like a lot of people could see through his shirt and could see how power hungry he was, even if he made some genuinely good changes. Plenty of mages are still loyal to you, Simon. To me? Oh yes, she smiles. Snovians. No, I say, that's not a thing. They think you'll get your powers back and rise higher than ever. Baz says, looking down his nose at me. I think I might be a Snovian. I'm a bit of a Snovian myself. Lady Salisbury smiles at him. I love them. They're so cute. I was just teasing Snow about having like followers and like fans. Like they have a name. He has a fandom. That's so cute. It's probably a bit more like culty than having a fandom. Although having a fandom in some ways, as like someone who grew up in fandoms, obviously they're not dangerous like cults, but I don't know, they're a little bit culty. What could Davy have done to turn his most loyal disciple against him? And what did it cost Simon Snow to make that turn, to bite the only hand that ever fed him? I'm glad he's not alone in this, that he has someone to take his hand when they think old women like me aren't looking. Can two boys do what the rest of the world of mages won't? Perhaps. They've done it before, haven't they? All right, so I'm about to die for her. I love her so much. I feel so heartbroken for her. She deserves to know where her children are. I understand her son, like, and why he would be so caught up in that world, but she deserves a son who wasn't just gonna run away without saying anything. And I hope for her sake that she finds Lucy, because Lucy always deserved better too, although I still remember her dying, although maybe the mage just thought she did. I don't know. Imagine if I had a functioning memory. I think that would really help me out, actually. Them just going to a coffee shop and talking about coffee and muffins is making me really want to go get a coffee. I need to stop. I'm broke. I need to stop with the coffee. That's not even like from this dimension, you know? Like this is not from Earth 616. Guys, I think I'm in love with Kipper. I think I'm in love with Kipper. She works on a coffee shop and she just made a Marvel reference. I think I'm in love with her. And like specifically, I think that was, this isn't even from this dimension, like this synopsis is not from 616. That implies Spider-Verse a little bit too. Like I think I'm in love with her. It's all right, I say. If you need me to keep saying all this out loud, I will. He shakes his head like he's irritated, possibly with me, possibly with himself. You keep telling me everything is all right, that whatever I need is fine. I nod, that's correct. I'm glad you're finally hearing me. He twists up his face and throws his head back so that his throat is a mile long. I just don't think it's true. Simon, I pull him in closer. I wish he'd open his eyes. Of course it's true. All you've asked of me so far is kindness. When I throw myself into the night, when I throw myself into the sun, what then? What then? As someone who is deeply insecure, who's like one of my love languages is words of affirmation, it's also physical touch, but you know, like I am someone who gets really, really insecure, but like I get so scared of like asking for any of that validation because I don't want to annoy people. And like it's fine, I don't get annoyed when people ask me for it, and I think it would be healthier if I did, but I just get so scared of annoying people and not being what they want me to be and them getting tired of me that I just don't. I'm very much so a doormat. Do you mind if I cry? Because Baz is just the best person alive. If he touches you, Baz murmurs, I'm eviscerating him. I love a protective boyfriend. There's something about this guy that reminds me of Gilderoy Lockhart. Having women fawning over him, just promising greatness, and obviously there's some more truth to what he's doing than anything that Gilderoy Lockhart ever did, but obviously it's not authentic. Obviously I just don't trust him. Just something about his little gatherings just remind me of Gilderoy Lockhart. Hey besties, just a quick heads up, I've just gotten a text from Zing Pop Culture that I have a pop vinyl pre-order, no, a Q-Posket pre-order, a little figure pre-order that just came off, and they've just texted me to go pick it up, so I'm gonna go do that. So I'm gonna read on the bus, so I'm not gonna be doing little updates for the next few chapters that I read, but if I have any thoughts, I'll talk about them when I get home. Just thought I'd update you. See you in a minute. I can't say that when I've got braided hair, actually. Hey, I'm back. Got the figure. I'll win. Also, I changed my sweaters because the one that I was wearing before and will inevitably wear again in this video was just one that I like wear constantly around my house, and I was like, oh, I should put on something a bit more presentable to go out. So the answer was a children's High School Musical sweater that I bought myself a couple weeks back because it fits me because I'm Polly Pocket sized. Not heaps happened in the chapters that I read on the bus. I read I think like around like 50 pages, and like nothing major in terms of plot happened. There were a few moments that made me like be like, hee, I love Simon and Baz, but nothing major besides the fact that Shepard got engaged to a demon, which can't really blame him. I don't know if it's implied that he knew that he was getting engaged, because they say the words that you spoke to call the demon, you weren't just summoning them, you were proposing to the demon. And I'm like, but he didn't know the translation. So did he know this? He should have told Penelope about it. I also understand why he didn't, but like he should have. But him being like, I didn't want you to think I was in a relationship. Oh my God, I hate them. They're so oblivious. They're both so oblivious. That little part where Shepard was like, I don't think she thinks about the fact that I'm looking at her. I don't think she thinks about me liking her, so I try not to think. Just talk to each other. You both like each other. You idiots. I am not one to talk, but oh my God. Oh, in terms of Simon and Baz not necessarily moving in together, but kind of moving in together, I think that's way too soon. A few days ago, you were trying to break up with Baz, Simon. This feels like, I know that you're trying very hard not to push him away, but this feels a lot like you're rushing into this to overcompensate for the fact of you pushed him away so much in the past. This just seems like a bad idea. You literally broke up with Baz a few days ago because you have been so unhealthy for each other for a long time now. Essentially moving in together just seems way too soon. Probably won't be because this is a book, but like, if this was IRL, if like one of my friends was doing this, I would be telling them not to, is my point. So this guy really believes that he's the chosen one. Like, he's not putting on some spiel, he really believes it. Because we have POVs where he's fully convinced that he will change the world. Is this something he genuinely can do? He can just amplify other people's powers? I don't trust him at all. I don't believe that he just woke up and decided that he wanted to help people. I don't buy that for a second. He's doing something malicious, and you know, he's giving off malicious tones of just, the magical world could be so great and we live with mundanes. I thought maybe he knew that it was bullshit. I didn't think he actually believed he was the chosen one, but apparently he does. So that's fun for you. So you proposed to a demon unintentionally, sir. I was correct, he didn't mean to do it. My boy Shepard can simply do no wrong. There are just so many little details about this world and this universe that I love. Really comedic, simple things like demons really loving like legality and caring a lot about their laws and contracts, and that being how they really get you to like sell their souls to them just because they love the legal aspect of it all. Like, I love little details like that. It makes a magical world seem so much more grounded. It makes it more fun. I enjoy some high fantasy, but I prefer urban fantasy because I like the ideas of magic being grounded into the real world, again because it makes it feel closer to me. Probably it makes it feel like it's more realistic for me to experience magic in my lifetime. Little details in worlds like these, I just love them. They just, I don't know, they really tickle something with me. I really enjoy little details like that. Something that I was a little bit worried about at the beginning of this book, and when like the, I guess not quest, but I'm so used to Percy Jackson, when the adventure, that's the normal word for it, began, that we were looking at kind of like three separate situations. We have the Simon and Baz stuff, we have the Penelope and Shepard stuff, and then we have the Agatha stuff. And I thought that would bother me a little bit, but it really doesn't. I think I enjoy that more. I actually think it allows the characters to develop further and find their own independence, specifically kind of from Simon and from the attention that comes around being around Simon. It's nice to see Penelope doing something free of Simon. It's nice to see Agatha having like her own thing happening where she's not in inherent danger, like with the Now Next. I'm actually really enjoying them kind of having three separate story arcs going on. I like that. Hello, the sun can't be trusted as a source of light, so we're back here with a ring light. I like this setting though. I think it's a little bit cozy. This is my reading corner. You can't see much of it, but I'm in like a giant chair. It's a cozy time. I have my bookcases in front of me. At some point I will buy a side table to get a lamp that I have that is the library scene from Beauty and the Beast, so I can have my little reading lamp too. But it's a cozy, I've got some plushes with me. It's a cozy little time. So like, pretend that we have a cup of tea. We're just sitting and chilling together with some unnatural lighting that makes me look like a ghost. We tried to get Penelope to come to Watford with us, but she still isn't answering my texts. Baz says I need to apologize to her properly in person. I'm sure he's right. I just don't know where to start. I've never really apologized to Penny before. I've never had to. I don't know, I feel like you've probably apologized to some human beings before though, or magical beings, sorry, Simon, and you just apologize to them the same. You say that you're sorry and that you won't do it again, and you have empathy for them, and you take accountability and responsibility for what you've done. It's not that complicated. Please apologize to Penelope properly. She deserves an apology. Did you think the walls would crumble without you? No, but I thought they might crumble without the mage. Was that thunder? Oh my god, I think that was thunder. Oh my god, I hope that was. Anyway, no, but I thought they might crumble without the mage. This was his place, his domain. And now he's dead, and nothing has changed. Nothing stopped, except me, I suppose. What fit in the whole world of mages just went on without him. That's one of the most heartbreaking and comforting things about death, whether it's death of people who've hurt you or death of loved ones or anything of the sort. The world does keep going. It doesn't stop. Nothing stops for anyone, which is terrifying a lot of the time, but it can be terrifying in the instance of death as well. When you want the world to stop just so you can grieve and it doesn't, that's horrible. But the world keeps going, and eventually that's comforting. There will always be another day, and that becomes a comfort when sometimes you don't have any other comforts. I'm so busy out here I can hardly bother with the rest. My own child could end up doing magic on YouTube and I wouldn't have the energy to deal with it. I feel my mouth drop open. Baz doesn't say a word. Bestie, I've got some news that might potentially be upsetting for you. He's better than I hoped, even though he's more fucked up than I could have imagined. Anyone want to feel like this about me? I'm probably more fucked up than you ever imagined, but I'll probably be a lot worse than you hoped. But still, I'll cry about books to you. Call me Simon. We're goat herding pals now. I love Simon. He's so wholesome. So the amount we're talking about, the fact that Baz won't drink Simon's blood, we're gonna see him drink Simon's blood before the end of this novel, aren't we? There's going to be some emergency in which he needs to drink his blood. We're foreshadowing that, right? That's what we're doing. Also, I'm a little bit disappointed at how much the now next stuff just doesn't matter. I'm over halfway through this novel and we're pretty much only mentioning it in passing for the first time, and then just having a casual conversation and being like, we'll let the Las Vegas vampires take care of it. Because honestly, and this is something that I felt while rereading Wayward Son a little bit, it just feels pointless. Like, nothing introduced in Wayward Son is completed. Everything is left open-ended. It's just like here's a little bit of Simon Snow having trauma until you get to the third book where important things actually happen. Not even having the major villains, the now next of that book, really mean anything or play a large part in this story. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe they will, maybe we'll turn this around. It just feels disappointing, and it makes Wayward Son feel really pointless. The only thing that I feel was important in that book is just the relationship stuff between Simon and Baz and showing how Simon was not dealing with his trauma, but you could have just put that in here. I don't know that a whole nother novel was necessary for that. Nothing else from it seems to have mattered in the grand scheme of things. They're going to the pub together? Is this a date? Are they girlfriends? I think they might be girlfriends. I think this is a date. Shepherd is very, very, very aware of Penelope Bunce and how cute she is, and I'm very, very, very aware of how cute Shepherd is. I just love him. Is that you asking if I have a girlfriend? Or a boyfriend, she says quickly. Penelope, I love you. No heteronormativity for you. Thank you. I'm sorry for sometimes thinking you're annoying. That was really sweet. The man at the dumpling shop loves Shepherd. My neighbours know his name. My neighbours don't even know my name. And all of these people don't even realize that it just keeps getting worse the more you know him, that he just keeps getting better. There are no diminishing returns with Shepherd. You just like him more and more until your head explodes, until you actually die from liking him so much. Can these books stop making me feel so fucking lonely? The way that they describe just like being infatuated with people and having like schoolgirl crushes on people just makes me like miss that. He could smile at anyone and they'd want this. He could smile at anyone. He's smiling at me. What wouldn't I do to keep Shepherd smiling at me? I'm gonna yell! Shepherd having an STD from a mer creature. I fucking love this guy. I forgot the same way that Baz forgot about him stealing that girl's voice. He didn't mean to do it, and I understand that, and I understand him being completely overwhelmed by guilt right now. That's really upsetting. I couldn't live with that, and I know that Baz didn't mean to do it, and I know that the victim in this situation is not Baz, but I feel so bad that Baz has to carry that burden and live with that. Going to a pub with this guy seems like the wrong choice. Seems like a bad idea, not gonna lie. Don't want to question Simon. I don't want to say that Simon has bad instincts to not see that this guy is shady, but this seems like a bad idea. Never go to a second location. Penelope finding a loophole in the engagement and just no bullshit being a lawyer to a demon, just being like, actually, here's why this, contract is invalid. Here's what you agreed to do if any false information is given. Just being so matter of fact. I love her. I love her. I love her. What a woman. The demon hitting on Penelope right before it goes back into like the demon realm, hell, wherever it's going home to. I respect it. Love that for them. He, her, bear. We got no specified pronouns. Just love that for them. I do kind of feel bad for the demon though, not gonna lie. They were so happy to have someone just want them and want nothing in return, just want their hand. And I feel quite bad for them. Sorry bestie. I feel really bad for Simon. I understand why. Like, I really do get it. If I was in the same situation, I think I'd let Smith try it on me as well, because he had everything and he was everything and he had all of that taken from him, and he's doing a bit better, but that's still so much loss, so much of his life, and it's just something that he craves and he wants back. And I don't think that that's inherently selfish or wrong of him. I think that's a human response, so I would probably do the same thing. But to have the hope of getting it back and then have it not work when you believe that this person is the new chosen one, my heart just breaks for him deeply. As a Hufflepuff, I feel personally attacked that Baz killed a badger. Those are my people. The words wise girl are in this book, which Baz is just saying them as in wise girl, as in like Penelope is a girl who is wise. But the serotonin that seeing those words gives me, and now I'm crying because I miss Percival. The 3-second switch that just happened to me. Oh, I'm really not doing well mentally. I'm quite unstable. Why am I crying? Literally, why am I crying? They're two words. Simon's chest is wider than mine and softer, and his pectoral muscles actually bulge. So, did they give you a name along with all those rippling pectorals? That moment with Baz and Fiona was just really heartwarming. Hearing them talk so highly of Baz's mum still, and the fact that Fiona never really resented her. She was her favourite person too. That's got me in my feelings. Every time they mention Baz being in a 3-piece suit, my all the thoughts that I can conjure, all my brain does is, so dignified in your well-pressed suit. I don't know why. That's all my brain does. Baz being like, I can murder Smith because I'm already going to jail for what I did for Philippa, so I can just murder Smith too. Not gonna change anything. My fate's already jail. I respect that, Baz. Honestly, I respect that. If you're gonna go down, go out with a bang. If you're gonna be going to prison anyway, just chuck some extra crimes in there. What harm can it do? Do you want us to say that you're bad? Fine. You're very bad. That's not, she rolls her eyes. You did something unconscionable because an adult you trusted said it would matter. Join the fucking club, Basilton. Genuinely, exactly right. Penelope is exactly fucking right. When you are a child and an adult you trust, manipulates you into doing something bad, yeah, I understand feeling guilty over that, and you do have to take a little bit of accountability, but you're a child and you've put your trust in someone who you don't think will mislead you. That is not on you. You were manipulated and you were wronged by an adult who knew better, who you trusted. They used you. That guilt is not on you. Wow, this place is real shady and they're threatening Philippa. I'm so shocked. I'm so shocked at this turn of events. Oh my goodness. The difference of the ending of Baz's POV chapter where there's a old man standing inside the room with a wand to Pippa's head. Drop your wands to Simon's POV. Quite comedic. I really appreciate that, not gonna lie. Very funny, 10 out of 10. I'm sound sarcastic, but I actually really enjoyed that. I think that's very fun. I'm totally shocked that Smith is evil, that he's not the chosen one. I'm absolutely flabbergasted. Did not see him being evil coming at all. He was definitely a trustworthy character. It's not like he was completely shady the entire time. Wow. Simon, baby, you're better than trying to justify why Smith maybe tied up someone and locked them in his basement. You are better than this. You know better than this. He's trying to justify being like, I've done that before and I've always had a good reason. There is no good reason here. There just straight up isn't. Smith is shady. I'm sorry. I know that you want him to be the new chosen one. I know that you want that answer. I know that that would help you feel better about your past, but you're getting into stupid territory and I don't want that for you, Simon. Come on. Penelope's dad is that involved that he's one of the 6 getting cured. You're smarter than this. I know how easy it is. I'm a hypocrite. I'm talking a big talk. I am someone who is very easily manipulated. I would 100% fall for this shit if it was real. I know that I would. But come on. He's smarter than this. I can criticize him because it's fiction. Why is everyone just being so easily manipulated just because someone's charming? Guys, and I suppose they go to meetings and they see him cure people in front of their eyes, so they think there's proof. That's probably more so it, actually. That's recognizing his own privilege and being like, look, I think it's easy for us to say that they should be happy because we've had all the power we've ever wanted. We've never known what it's like for them. We can't put ourselves in their shoes. I love an empathetic king. I just, best character ever. I think yes. Dear God, please tell me that there is something magical that will bring that goat back to life. I don't know if there will be, but I'm praying that once they kind of find the magic of Watford again and all the goats happily return home, that they come back alive somehow. So I don't want to think about the mother. All the goats have already been grieving Ab so deeply that I don't want to think of the mother dealing with that pain. Sometimes I forget how sad these books can be. The line implying that coming out as bisexual is a midlife crisis is a little bit upsetting to me, actually. I know that it's just Professor Bunce's, Penelope's mother's, point of view of, I don't know, life changes that other people their age are having, but other people our age are coming out as bisexual or getting into normal style bread making. I know that neither of those things are negatives. I have prejudice about the normal style bread making thing, but I don't know. In reading that in a book that I pick up because I love having such strong LGBT plus representation in such a fun world and in such a fun setting, like a big part of why I love these books so much is because of the queer rap, I think. And so just reading that in a book where, you know, I pick it up getting excited to see a love story that I can see myself in a world where, like, I don't usually get to see those types of love stories. Just a little bit upsetting. Just really kind of caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting it. Anyway, maybe I'm just being dramatic and sensitive, but yeah, Professor Bunce is the coolest person ever. Her just jumping out the window, I love her. Oh my god, that's incredible. I have been kidding around since book 1 about Agatha potentially being queer and getting a girlfriend. How did I win so monumentally? How did I win this intensely? I love this for me, I love this for her, I love this for everyone involved. Also, so Smith just, you know, wanted to basically, his motivations are like the Death Eaters. He basically just wants like pure bloods, the more powerful mages. So we love some prejudice, that's always fun. It cannot have been as easy as they arrest him. There's still like, I think 40-50 pages left in this book, so surely something happens with the trial, he breaks out, there's something more interesting than simply he gets arrested. That feels way too easy. That feels way too fucking easy. That can't be it. So Lucy is alive. I completely fabricated the concept of her being dead because Miss Bunce is talking about her being alive as well. They're conversing about it with Jamie. So I've just made that up. Cool. I'm stupid. I think I might cry over Agatha telling Ebsgrave that she did what she said and that she ran. And it saved her life and her thanking her. I'm worried that I'm just going to keep falling for this bullshit. What bullshit? First the mage, now Smith. I frown at the phone. You didn't fall for the mage's shit, you were a child. Exactly right, Baz. Thank you. This is what people do. They get close and try to stay there. They stay. They keep trying to hold on to each other even though it's not really possible, I don't think. Because people are always moving, aren't they? But this is what they do. They keep trying. I'll keep trying. I can't fucking deal with this. My abandonment issues can't deal with they get close and try to stay there, they stay. Maybe in your experience. Oh my god, she is dead. She is dead. The candle was just burning because Simon needed to come home. Oh my god. That makes so much sense. I was like, I remember her being dead. I was like, isn't she the fucking ghost? They thought it was Baz's mum, but fucking hell, wasn't it Lucy looking for Simon? Like, I knew she was dead. I knew she was dead. My memory's fine. My instincts just aren't. I just don't know how to trust myself and believe in what I think is correct. This makes so much more sense. Thank you. Also, just the moment where Simon picks up the sword in my brain is literally just that one scene in Age of Ultron where, like, Vision holds up Mjolnir and everyone's just staring at him. That's Lady Salisbury and Jamie just being like, so you're holding the sword. I like you so much, I say. It comes out resentful. I felt that so intensely. Oh my god. Maybe you shouldn't try to get your truck back. Come home with me or just wait for me. Orpheus? Come home with me. Who are you? The man who's gonna marry you. But like, also, wait for me. Wait for me. I'm a what? Orpheus. Shepard is Orpheus. Shepard. That was a really nice ending. That was a really nice ending for all the characters, I think. Simon not healing from all of his trauma, I think, was a nice touch, because you just don't, especially in that period of time, but him learning to cope with it in healthier ways while still struggling with it, and him finding a family, I thought was really nice. Penelope being not so caught up in everything correct about magic, like even that little moment with Bess at the end where she's like, how did you cast a spell on Simon if he's immune now? And that's like, I casted the spell on the shirt. She's clearly like less involved with facts and everything around that, and she's allowing herself to just be happy with Shepard. Baz has a family who's maybe willing to start accepting him where he doesn't feel so out of place from now, which is really beautiful. I love that Fiona is happy, and she's marrying a vampire. I really love Agatha ending up at Watford, just not necessarily as a magician. She's given up her wand and she's okay with that, and she's happy, and she's found a place where she feels at peace and she doesn't feel like there's anything else expected of her. She's found her place and her purpose, and I love that for her. That was a really nice ending. I do think we wrapped up the main conflict way too fucking easy. I think that was a bit ridiculous, and I'll be honest, as much as I enjoyed this book, I enjoyed this a lot more than Wayward Son. I don't think this needs to exist. I think the fact that pretty much the whole thing, the whole emergency from the end of Wayward Son was just Fiona broke into Watford to try and find a wedding ring is a bit stupid, and I just don't think we really needed any sequels beyond Carry On. I enjoyed both of them. I enjoyed this more than Wayward Son. I've said that already, but I don't know that they're super necessary. They're fun, but it doesn't really feel like there's even necessarily that much of an overarching story between all three books. I think Wayward Son and Anyway the Wind Blows just both deal with Simon's trauma, which I do enjoy and appreciate seeing, but I don't think that they're necessary. I think Carry On could have very easily been a standalone. Thanks for coming along and rereading the first two books and reading this book with me. Talk to me in the comments about this book if you would like to. Thanks for being here. I love you very much, and I'll see you very soon. Mwah!